So this, if you roll a 0 on the T10, it counts as a 10. But if you roll a 0 on the percentile, it counts as a 0, which is already a little bit inconsistent. If you roll a 0 on the percentile and any other number, like a 6 or a 3 or a whatever, then it counts as a 0, and then that number, and you add them together, and you've got 008 is an 8. But if you roll 00 on this one and O on this one, that's 100. Even though this one is a 10, 00 on this one and 0 on this one, which is normally a 10 on its own, that doesn't count as a 10. In order to roll a 10, you need to get a 10 on this one, and then a 0 on this one. So that counts as a 10. All the way up to 90. 90 on this one and a 0 on this one would count as 90. 90 on this one and an 8 on this one would be 98. And all the way up to 99. 99 is the highest you can roll, obviously, except for the 0, going all the way back down to 0 and zeros. So it's a little inconsistent. If you think about it, you can roll. Ignore the double zeros. Ignore the double zeros. Start at the 1 0. You've got 1 0 accounts for all of the 10s from 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all the way up to 19. And then the 2 0 counts from 20 all the way up to 29. And the 3 0 counts from 30 all the way up to 39. So all of the numbers count for the numbers with that number in the tens column, 90 all the way up to 99. The 0, however, goes from 01 to 09, and then also 100. So if you think about it, if you were to roll them separately, let's say you've got a 40, you've got a 50% chance of something happening, so you need to roll below 50 for it to succeed, 50 or less. If you roll this dice first, boom, and you get a 10, or a 20 or a 30, you're like, oh, I've already succeeded, because regardless of what I roll on this, I know that 10, 20, 30, 40, it's going to succeed. It's going to be less than 50. But if you've got a 50% chance of success, and then you roll a 00, you still don't know whether you've succeeded or not, because you could roll a 1 to 9 and it could succeed, or you could roll a 0 and it could not succeed. Kind of doesn't make sense, right? It's a bit difficult. It's only one real exception to the way that all of the other dice work, but so if you just teach yourself that's an exception, it's just an exception to the rule that makes it work, then that's fine. Or, how I've seen other people do it and how I rule it in this moment here, you can make it consistent by, instead of the dice going from 1 to 100, it goes from 0 to 99. There's still 100 numbers there. There's still 100 different possibilities. And all that has to change is if you say there's a 50% chance of something happening, instead of you having to be 50 or less, you just have to be strictly less than. So a 50 would still fail, and a 49 would succeed. It makes it consistent across the board with the dice, but it's not how it's written. Rules is written. If they wanted a 0 to always be a 10, then it would be labelled 10. Like all the other dice. You've got numbers above 10 on all of the other dice. Anything above 10 has a number above 10 on it. It's written 16, 14, 12, whatever. It's got the number there. If they wanted the 10 to always be a 10 on the 0, when it rolls a 0, they would just have written a 10 on it. Nerd.
Hi there. If this is the first video you've watched of my stuff, check out more videos over here. I do D&D related content all the time.